Hello students, in the previous video we have seen how to draw ILD for vertical members in a truss. In this video I am going to discuss ILD for diagonal members of a truss. Now again I have considered the same truss. It is an N type of truss with 6 panels. Each panel has a length equal to small l and height of the truss is h. The upper top panel points are u0, u1, u2 and so on. The lower chord panel points are l0, l1, l2, l3 and so on. To draw the ILD for diagonal members, again I am going to assume certain things. Now the diagonal members are u0, l1, u1, l2, u2, l3. So these are the diagonal members in the left part, whereas the diagonal members in the right part are u4, l3, u5, l4 and u6, l5. Now in order to get the ILDs for these diagonal members, I am going to draw the ILD for diagonal members in the left part. And using the ILDs for these diagonal members in the left part, we can easily draw the ILDs for the diagonal members in the right part. So let us go through the ILD for the diagonal members in the left part. Now, when I consider the diagonal member u0, l1, now I have prepared a table over here. I am going to consider two cases as usual. Case 1, load is in the left part. Case 2, load is in the right part. And the diagonal members, I have written all these diagonal members in this column u0, l1, u1, l2 and u2, l3. So u0, l1, when I want to get the force in this member, I will have to pass a section because I am going for the method of sections. So this is the section which is to be used for u0, l1. This is the second section which is to be used for u1, l2, and this one is the third section. I am going to use this section in order to get the force in this member u2, l3. Now let us see how to get the force in u0, l1. Now again, in order to get the forces in these members, when the load is taking different positions along the lower panel points, and now again it is a through type of truss, so load is going to have the positions along the bottom chord panel points l0, l1, l2 etc. Now ILD for RA I have drawn. So 1 over here, 5 by 6, 4 by 6, 3 by 6 and so on. This is the ILD for RB. So it is the ILD for RB now. Now let us get the ILD for this first member U0L1. Now the section has been passed. This is the section for U0L1. Load can have the positions to the left or to the right of this section. When the load is in left part, I am going to get the force in this member from the right part. So the load in left part means load in left part, load position is only one position because this is the section, and to the left of this L0 is the position, and force in now for the right part, these are the load positions L1, L2, L3 and so on. When the load is in left part, the force in this diagonal member is governed by the reaction on the other side. So when the load is in left part, I deal with the right part, and in the right part the reaction RB is there. But RB is acting vertically upwards and this member is inclined. So in order to get the force in this member, or the force in this member is given by RB into cosec of theta. So F U0L1. So remember it well, when the load is in left part, the force in the diagonal members is given by plus RB into cosec of theta. So everywhere you will see RB into cosec of theta over here. Now in case of vertical members, in case of these vertical members, in the previous video, the value of the force in these members when the load is in left part was minus RB. Now it is because, see, there in vertical members it was minus RB, whereas in diagonal members it will be RB cosec of theta. So negative and positive is there. It is because when the force in a vertical member is tensile, the force in diagonal member is compressive. And when the force in this vertical member is compressive, the force in diagonal member is tensile. So force in diagonal member is usually opposite to the force in the vertical member. So there in case of vertical members it was minus RB, here it is plus RB when the load is in left part and with cosec theta, because the member is inclined over here, and this angle theta is the angle made by the diagonal member with the horizontal. So it will be RB cosec of theta. Remember it well. So let us draw the ILDs for all these members. U0, L1. Load is in left part. Load position is L0. Means it is the load position. Load position is over here. This is L0. And now F U0, L1. I am going to get the diagram for U0, L1. So when the load position is over here, FU0L1 is given by RB into cosec of theta. But RB at when the load is over here, RB is 0. So this value will be 0. And first value I am getting it as 0. Now the load moves to the right part. So load moves to L1, L2, L3 and so on. So when the load moves to right part, get the value of the force from the left part, which will be minus RA into cosec of theta. But RA for this position, when the load is over here, RA is 5 by 6 and as negative sign is there, so minus 5 by 6 cosec of theta will be the value. It should be plotted below the baseline. Now remember it well, the negative sign is there only to indicate that the force is tensile, and the tensile force I am going to plot it below the baseline. Same was the case in vertical members also. So negative sign means the force is tensile, that is why the negative sign is there. So minus RA into cosec of theta will be the value. Once you get these two, you will have to join these two and then take it back to the other end. So it will be 4 by 6 cosec theta, 3 by 6 cosec theta and so on. This is how the ILD for U0 L1 can be drawn. When it is a question to draw the ILD for U1 L2, again U1 L2 is this second member. This is the section which is to be considered. The load positions to the left will be L0 and L1. So these are the load positions L0 and L1. And when the load moves to the right of this section, the other positions are L2, L3, L4, L5 and L6. So I have written those positions. Now when the load is in left part, force in the diagonal member is given by RB cosec theta in every case for all the diagonal members which are in the left part of the truss. Remember it well. So diagonal member is in left part and the load is in left part of that section, then the force is given by RB cosec of theta. So when the load is in left part, if U1 L2 is to be obtained, it is RB cosec of theta. Now I am going to get the ILD for U1 L2 over here. So U1 L2 RB cosec of theta, when the load is at L0, RB is 0, so I am going to get the value as 0. When the load is at L1, RB is 1 by 6, 1 by 6 on positive side, so it will be 1 by 6 into cosec of theta is this point, 1 by 6 cosec of theta. Now, so these are the two load positions. So both the positions are over. I will have to move to the right part. Next load position is L2. But at L2, the value of FU1 L2 is given as minus RA cosec of theta. Now for this load position, RA is 4 by 6. So it will be minus 4 by 6 cosec of theta. 4 by 6 cosec of theta. So join these two, take it or join these two again and draw a line in this manner. So this is the ILD for this is the baseline. Baseline has been shown over here. So here also the baseline is this one. So these are the ILDs for U0 L1 and U1 L2 respectively. Now ILD for U2 L3, again the similar procedure. Now for the left part, the load positions are L0, L1 and L2. Now when the load is in the left part, FU2 L3 will be given as, so I am going to get FU2 L3 or ILD for this member. I am drawing the member also. Suppose this is the member. Now when the load is at L0, RB is what? 0. So I am marking it. It is 0. When the load is at L1, RB is equal to, RB is 1 by 6. So it will be 1 by 6. When load is at L2, it will be 2 by 6. And then when the load moves to the right part, RA will govern the value of force in this member. And when the load is at L3, when the load is at L3, RA is 3 by 6, but negative sign is to be used, so minus 3 by 6 should be shown over here, and when I join these, I get the ILD for the member in this manner. So you can see that it was or it is the ILD for U0L1. U0L1 is this member, and you can see that this is the line which we are getting for this member, diagonal member, which is in the similar manner, or we can say that it is about parallel to this one. For this member, the ILD has this part in the same span, you can see. For this member again, the ILD will have the same part. Now what can you tell about this member? Again, for this member, the ILD for U4L3 is going to have a similar part over here, and then we can join these together. Now I am going to show how the ILD for the other members can also be calculated in the next part. Let me draw the figure for that first. Now I have drawn the same truss, and in the previous step we have seen how to draw ILD for these inclined or diagonal members in the left part. The ILDs were like this. This was the ILD for the first diagonal member. Then it is the second ILD for the second diagonal member. So it is the ILD with 1 by 6 over here, 1 by 6 cosec of theta, 4 by 6 cosec of theta. This is the ILD for the third diagonal member. Now in all these ILDs, if it is the inclined member, it is the inclined part in the same span. This is the inclined member, it is the inclined part in the same span. Now this is the inclined member, so this is the same inclined part in the same panel. So for this diagonal member, it is obvious that this will be the inclined part. For this member, it will be the inclined part. For this member, it is going to be the inclined part, and the values will get repeated. Now diagonal member U0L1, so this member and this member will have the same sort of ILD. So 5 by 6 cos of theta, cosec of theta will get repeated over here, 5 by 6 cosec of theta, and this ILD will be like this. Now ILD for U1L2 and U5L4 is going to be same. So U1L2 1 by 6 on the above side, 4 by 6 cosec of theta below this baseline. So it is 1 by 6 cosec of theta, 4 by 6 cosec of theta will take place over here. So this is the ILD for this member, which is U5L4. This is for U6L5. Now the third member, that is this one, U4L3. So this member and this member will have similar ILD, with the only difference is that it is declining in this manner, whereas it will decline in this manner, and this is the ILD. With this ordinate will be 2 by 6 cosec of theta, and this is 3 by 6 cosec of theta. So ILDs for the diagonal members can easily be drawn like this. Now in the next video, I am going to compare the ILDs for all these members. So that is top chord horizontal members, bottom chord horizontal members, the vertical members and diagonal members. So what is different, why the difference is there, those things all I am going to discuss in the next video. So don't forget or don't miss the next video.